He's chasing a World Series of a different kind right now, though. He gets underway Tuesday night against the Padres at 9:37 p.m. Eastern Time. That's the final game of a four-game day. The two National League Division Series bookending the AL Series all starts with the Phillies and Braves. Game 1, 1:07 p.m. Eastern Time. And we go from the best of 3 to best of 5 for the Division Series. Let's discuss these Division Series with a man who's been through it all, our World Series champion, Will Middlebrooks. And Will, I have to ask you off the top, can't help but notice a bit of a shiner there. Can you explain what happened?
Mookie hit him with a bowling ball.
Yeah.
Hey, I have bowled with Mookie before. The guy's a freak. He was a rookie my last year in Boston. I had a very firm 165, I think, and he had like a 280. He's unbelievable. He's so good. But yeah, this is fatherhood. I get hit with a Paw Patrol dump truck in the face by my daughter. Happy birthday, Maddie, if you're listening.
What was her spin rate, though? I mean, was it good or?
Her spin rate was very high. Buck Showalter actually called in and had her checked for substances.
Nice. All right, let's talk some ball. Dodgers looking to not follow the Mets into the offseason against these Padres. Will, give us a series preview here and who you think is going to come out on top.
Yeah, I mean, the Dodgers won 111 games. Let's not forget who they are because they haven't played in a few days, so they got to bye. Does this continue the big brother, little brother thing that's been going on the West Coast? Yeah, probably. I mean, San Diego has somewhat of a mental block when it comes to the Los Angeles Dodgers. 5-14 against them this year. They've been completely dominated. The Dodgers average almost 6 runs a game against them, and the Padres average just over 2 runs a game. So, I know it's October. It might not matter. And San Diego's coming in with all this confidence and momentum after taking down a very good Mets team. But LA's very confident too. Like I said, they won 111 games. They only lost 51. They're a very good team. They do have a lot of question marks with their pitching, but that depth really comes into play when we're looking at a 5-game series instead of 3. This is going to probably go deep. I'm going to go Dodgers in 5 here. I think we actually get a really good series out of this one.
Going to go the distance. Dodgers outscored the Padres 109-47 combined in their 19 meetings this season. That's an average win of 7-3. Will's taking it to go the full 5 games. All right, Braves and Phillies get things going at 1:07 p.m. Eastern Time Tuesday. The season series between these two a lot closer than the Dodgers and the Padres. Braves signing Spencer Strider to an extension. They're hopeful that they can have him back very soon. When you look at this series, who do you like here?
How do you not like the Atlanta Braves? I mean, the Atlanta Braves are, in my opinion, the most complete baseball team in the entire game. I think Philly puts up a fight. I think it was a very good move signing Rob Thompson today out of all days because they love him there. He was the bench coach when I was there in 2018. He's a baseball lifer, spent 20-plus years with the Yankees coaching over there. He's just a good guy to have around, so that'll get them fired up, which they're going to need it against this team. I mean, the Braves, you look at their rotational depth. Now they're going to have Spencer Strider back. You don't know in what capacity. Is he going to be a starter? Is he out of the pen? We don't know because in a 5-game series with these days off, you only really need 3 starters, and they have Max Fried, who's a proven ace, Kyle Wright, who won 21 games this year for the Braves, Charlie Morton, who has pitched in a ton of big games throughout his career. And then you look at that bullpen depth. They added Raisel Iglesias from the Angels, which is huge for the 7th and 8th inning with A.J. Minter, and then they turned it over to Kenley Jansen, who's shutting the door. And that lethal lineup that is just suffocating. You got Acuna at the top, Austin Riley. Matt Olson has finally gotten out of that 40-game slump he was in, and he's swinging the bat well. And all the way in the 8 hole, you have a guy named Michael Harris who has a good chance of he could probably finish 2nd place in NL Rookie of the Year to Spencer Strider, his teammate. This guy rakes. He hit 300 with 20 homers, 20 bags this year as a rookie. But something I'm really paying attention to is the Atlanta Braves offense versus the Phillies bullpen. They crushed them this season. They hit 292 off of their relievers this season, and that's going to come up big late in games.
Phillies will send Ranger Suarez out for Game 1. Braves are going to counter with Max Fried. Should be a good series between those two. All right, let's go over to the American League. The Cleveland Guardians are set to face the powerhouse New York Yankees. They only met 6 times, but the Yankees dominated. What are your expectations for this series? Will you go with the favorite, or are you picking maybe some kind of upset?
Yeah, I think this one does go the distance, actually.
Okay.
I think it being a 5-game series, it's going to be somewhat of a David and Goliath, but Goliath actually wins this one at the very end. The Guardians have that momentum and confidence I talked about earlier, but I got to give the edge to the New York Yankees. I mean, I think what they're able to do as a team is neutralize a couple of the things that Cleveland does well. I mean, the Guardians lineup doesn't strike out. They're one of the highest contact rates in baseball. The Yankees can combat that with the fourth best opponent swing and miss rate in all of baseball. So that little cat and mouse game would be nice because they strike out a ton of guys. But if the Guardians do continue to put the ball in play and not strike out, the Yankees can combat that as well. They had the second best defense in baseball, second most defensive runs saved with 63. It was second to only the St. Louis Cardinals, who had 70. But as we saw in their series, they made 3 errors in that last inning, and it cost them the season. They were the best defense in baseball. So that's just October, and you don't know. Cleveland can pitch, and they have depth. And that's the only reason I have this getting them going deep into this series in the 5 games, because if they can control Aaron Judge, Giancarlo Stanton, Donaldson, the middle of that lineup, then they have a really good chance. And I think it, like I said, goes the distance, but the Yankees take the edge here.
Could be some fire, too. I mean, the last time the Guardians played New York at Yankee Stadium, Miles Straw argued with fans, and they had showered him with trash. So it could be very exciting.
Welcome to New York. It's
on the field. Yeah, exactly.
It's always something.
You know all about that, yeah. We've saved perhaps the best series for last, the Mariners and the Astros. I can't imagine how Seattle is feeling after that huge win over Toronto to knock out the Blue Jays. But the Astros won't be an easy out, will they?
No. This could possibly be the most entertaining series we get in the whole postseason, in my opinion. I'm going to go Houston in 5. Another one going. This is just a baseball fan of me hoping I get all these game vibes. But this one legit can be, because they're both 2 teams that are heavy pitching dominant teams. The Astros this year were 12-7 against the Mariners, 7-3 against them at home. But, deep down, I try not to think with my heart. I want Seattle to win this so bad. How can you not pull for that team and what they've done this year? But I don't think they can fully combat the arm talent, the experience lineup that the Astros have. You look at the rotation of Justin Verlander, Framber Valdez, Lance McCullers Jr., and then they turn over to a bullpen who is arguably the best bullpen in baseball. And it's full of guys you don't really know, but they get the job done. They've analytically figured out the perfect recipe. And Seattle has some arms on their own as well. And I think the 5-game series, they're lined up perfectly. Logan Gilbert will start game 1, which means with these days off, he'll be able to start game 4 as well. And then you look at Luis Castillo, he'll start game 2 and be able to start game 5 if there is a game 5. And if there's anybody on that team that you want in a game 5, it's Luis Castillo. But for the Astros, you have Justin Verlander. This is his 31st postseason start, 187 innings in the postseason. That's a full season of work, and he's done it in the playoffs. So I think that experience will help him and the Astros set the tone in game 1 and go up 1-0 and get a big. That first game's huge as far as how you feel as a team. When you're 0-1, I know it's 1 game, but you feel like you're 5 games back. It's so tough to lose that first one. So look for him to go deep into this first game and make a big point for them. 2
teams played 19 times during the regular season. Astros won the series 12-7, outscored the Mariners 73-65. So in terms of the run production, certainly close. It should be a great series. He is our World Series champion, Will Middlebrooks, previewing the upcoming Division Series and making some series picks for us. Thanks, Will. We need to update his picture, though, because he doesn't have a shine.
That's a good-looking picture.
It is a good-looking picture.
Goodness.
Love the jacket, though. Will's picks for the Division Series. Likes the Dodgers over the Padres, says that series could go 5. Likes the Braves, the World Series champions, of course. Yankees, of course, powerhouse team. And Astros Seattle could be, in Will's opinion, best series of the playoffs. But he's saying it'll go the distance, and it'll go the Astros' way. So everything kicks off at 1:07 p.m. Eastern Time tomorrow, the National League Division Series between the Phillies and the World Series champion Braves, the defending champions. That gets things going for the day, and it ends with the National League Series between the Padres and the Dodgers at 9:37 p.m. Eastern Time, the 2 AL series sandwiched in between. Enjoy that day.
Do you want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis, no yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.